I know the ladies have taken a seat, but may I request all of you all to join us over here? I think the photographs will come out much better if they're here. I think the screen might interrupt in their images. Yeah. Mic on. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you. And over to you, Kiran.
Good evening, everyone. Like Dove believes, women should not really be anxious about their beauty. They shouldn't have anxiety about their beauty, but their beauty should be a source of confidence. That's something that I've always believed in. In fact, tried to live my life by that. But how true is that? They've given me, the wonderful people at Dove have given me some research which says, believe it or not, only 4% of women in the world are confident about their beauty. And that is up from 2% in 2004. So it's taken us 10 years to get to 4% from 2%. And this is a survey conducted by the Dove Research, Global Research Team, and it is the real truth about beauty revisited when it comes to beauty. I'd like to ask Nilushi right off the bat. Nilushi, what do you think about beauty? What are your thoughts about beauty? How do we perceive beauty as women?
Yeah, so I think when it comes to beauty, you can be the most beautiful woman seen by others, but you may not think so.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so that really pulls you down. I think even the most beautiful women think there is something or the other which is wrong with them. Maybe it's the nose, or it's your bum, or it's your legs, or something which you're not happy about. So that causes a lot of angst in your system. Then it shows. It doesn't. That really stops you being from your usual confident self. And also, I think it affects the way you project yourself, the way you handle relationships and all that. So it's not at all about how you look. It's how you feel about how you look. And that anxiety really stops you from going places, I think.
Okay. Konkona, just to put a question to you now.
No. I think I wouldn't risk getting off. Sorry. So you were saying that how important is beauty in considering the work that I do?
Yeah, you are in a profession where looks are very important.
Yeah.
So
I guess.
you are an unconventional beauty. When you come into a profession where there are so many stereotypes that come in, you have to be built in a particular way, you have to look a particular way. How do you deal with all these anxieties that crop up?
I think one important way is that one, though you can't be so obsessed with beauty yourself.
Absolutely.
To begin with. If you are worrying all the time about whether you're looking beautiful or not, then chances are you're probably not. I think that if your confidence, it's all in the mind. That's what we're here to discuss today. Beauty is a state of mind. So if you're confident about your mind and how you function as a person and, confident about other areas in life other than just beauty, then I think that you get the right balance. And, because even the most beautiful women don't look beautiful all the time. So as long as so that confidence, that the self-esteem, which is all in the mind, that has to be there. I think that is the most important thing.
So that is what works for you. A lot of confidence in Pooja. Now to you.
Whether, like I was just talking about it earlier, I come from a North Indian family. And looks are extremely important, So you are at work where you are extremely successful and everything is really good. But the minute you go home, your grandmom will tell you, but beta, lose some weight, no? You want to...
Why is it in our society that we find women constantly pressurized to be what they're not?
Also, I think that, nowadays, whenever you meet people, the first thing people talk about is weight.
Weight. Absolutely.
That's the first thing people talk about. It's ridiculous. I think we should all take a concrete step today that, we won't talk about weight. I mean, that's a really
God
small thing
bless
that we
you.
can do. I mean, whether and they'll say you've lost weight thinking they're paying you a great compliment and that, that's great. But it's just that it shouldn't matter whether you've lost a little weight or you've put on a little bit of weight, and especially if you're not from, I don't know, fashion or film industry. Even in the fashion or film industry, ideally it shouldn't make much of a difference, I feel. But that's the first thing people talk about. So I think we here today, since we are talking about beauty and about change, and we should not just refrain from talking about weight. And it's very rude to comment on other people's personal appearances. Are you, what have you done to this? Are you, I find it so strange that people talk with such confidence about other people's appearances.
Yes, absolutely. I think we think of it as a way that we are bonding with somebody when we talk to them about their weight, but no, if the person has not lost weight, the person is going to be very annoyed when you say that.
I think we ourselves should stop feeling annoyed about that. It doesn't matter whether you put on a little bit of weight or if you've lost a little bit of weight. But anyway, that's the first thing that people usually talk about.
What about these messages that we get out from our childhood, from the time we were small? What sort of messages did you guys grow up with? What was the thing that was constantly told to you? Nilushi?
Yeah, it's interesting that you would ask me that question because what was just running through my mind is see what the kids really look up to. Barbie dolls.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, that's a sign of perfection. The Barbie doll itself is something with a absolutely narrow waist and
Unrealistic
perfect,
proportions.
so-called perfect looks and unrealistic proportions. So if that's what we look up to as the definition of beauty, no wonder our perception is so, shaped by that.
So skewed by that, absolutely. What any other negative comments, anything that you can think of that you grew up with as a child that sort of stayed with you?
Again, simple things like the first one.
First thing people tell little girls is how pretty they are. Absolutely. They hardly ever say, oh, you're so imaginative or you're so smart or,
So we need
We
to
need to stop telling girls that they're beautiful. It's okay. If we can focus on things other than, their face, that would be better. In fact, I read a nice article about how people will tell boys that you're, smart or tough or something. Little children I'm talking about, but they'll always tell girls, oh, you're a princess or you're so pretty. And this color thing, which we have to stop doing as well, about pink and blue, it's just so...
it is very interesting that pink was not a girl color. It was very different. Back in the early 1900s, it was blue that was the girl color. It got shifted to pink. And now we've got